If you're over 60 and you still believe fish is just about protein, think again. What if I told you that certain fish, when eaten regularly, could quietly rebuild the very systems that age tries to tear down? Your brain and your heart. These are not exotic superfoods from across the globe. They're sitting in your local market, often overlooked, even by those trying to eat healthy. Because here's the truth that no one wants to say out loud. By the time we hit our 60 seconds, the brain and the heart are under siege. Not by one enemy, but by many, working in silence. The walls of your arteries slowly inflame. Triglyceride levels creep up. LDL cholesterol thickens your blood. Your memory becomes foggy, not just because of age, but because of oxidative stress, starving your neurons of oxygen. You feel it as mental fatigue, as moments of confusion, as sudden spikes in blood pressure, or as that low pulse of anxiety in your chest that never quite leaves. These are not random symptoms. They're connected by blood flow, by oxygen, by nutrients, or more accurately, by the lack of them. In a large study conducted by the American Heart Association in 2021, researchers found that older adults with the lowest intake of omega-3 fatty acids had significantly higher levels of inflammatory markers and were 38% more likely to develop cognitive impairment and cardiovascular events within just 6 years. That's not a guess. That's peer-reviewed data. Inflammation, memory loss, clogged arteries, these are not separate issues. They are part of the same storm. But here's the most surprising part. The answer isn't in a pill bottle. It's not in some new tech gadget or brain training app. It's in your kitchen. It's in the type of fish you choose to eat, not just once a year on special occasions, but every single week. And before you assume it's all about salmon, let me stop you right there. Today, I'm going to walk you through 4 powerful types of fish that are not only low in mercury and safe for daily consumption, but are uniquely designed by nature to nourish aging arteries, protect brain cells, lower bad cholesterol, and support long-term memory. Some of them you may already know, but the one we'll save for last might just change the way you see fish forever. It's often called the king of fish, and for good reason. Among all the seafood options on your plate, salmon is the one that consistently shows up in medical journals, nutrition studies, and brain health protocols. But this isn't just about prestige or popularity. Salmon earns its crown because of what it delivers at the cellular level, especially for the aging brain and the tired heart. Salmon is one of nature's richest sources of omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, 2 compounds your body cannot produce on its own, yet your brain and arteries desperately need as you age. DHA makes up nearly 40% of the polyunsaturated fatty acids in the brain's gray matter. That's the part of your brain responsible for memory, decision-making, and emotional processing. When DHA levels drop, neurons become sluggish, communication between brain cells slows down, and the risk of neurodegeneration increases. Your heart feels the effects too. EPA has a powerful anti-inflammatory effect on blood vessels. It helps lower triglycerides, reduce blood pressure, and prevent the formation of arterial plaque that can lead to heart attacks. A 2020 meta-analysis from Harvard University, which reviewed over 135,000 participants, found that those who consumed high levels of EPA and DHA from fatty fish like salmon had a 17% lower risk of major cardiovascular events, including heart attacks and strokes. Let me give you a simple example. Mark, 65, had been struggling with rising cholesterol levels and a family history of heart disease. He wasn't overweight, but he felt mentally foggy most mornings and would often experience heart palpitations during mild activity. After discussing it with his doctor, he began incorporating wild-caught salmon into his meals 3 times per week. Within 4 months, his triglyceride levels dropped by 22%, and he reported clearer thinking and more stable energy throughout the day. But like everything, moderation and balance matter. While salmon is a powerful ally, those with chronic kidney disease, certain eye conditions, like macular edema, or severe muscle wasting, should consult their physician before dramatically increasing fish intake. For most healthy adults over 60, 2 to 3 4-ounce servings per week is the sweet spot. That's enough to keep your omega-3 levels high without burdening your kidneys or throwing off mineral balance. Now, I understand salmon isn't always easy to prepare, and some people find the flavor a bit strong. Here's a simple tip. Pair it with lemon juice, fresh dill, or a yogurt-based herb sauce. Roasting it with garlic and olive oil tones down the richness while adding heart-healthy polyphenols. And if you're watching sodium, skip the pre-seasoned fillets at the store and buy fresh or frozen wild-caught salmon to season yourself at home. Remember, this isn't just about eating a healthy fish. It's about rebuilding the communication between your heart and your brain through your plate. And salmon, with its rich profile of DHA, EPA, and vitamin D, is one of the most powerful tools you can use. But we're only just beginning. The next fish we'll explore might not get the same spotlight, but its anti-inflammatory power and brain-shielding compounds make it a quiet warrior for vascular health. Ready to meet it? If salmon is the king, then mackerel is the silent warrior, less famous, but just as powerful. With a bold flavor and a surprisingly rich nutrient profile, mackerel delivers one of the highest concentrations of brain and heart protective compounds per ounce of any fish available. For seniors seeking sharper memory and smoother blood flow, this oily fish is a game-changer hiding in plain sight. What sets mackerel apart is its density of DHA and EPA, the two essential omega-3 seconds your nervous and cardiovascular systems crave. But here's the secret. Gram for gram, mackerel actually contains more omega-3 seconds than salmon. Just a 3-ounce cooked serving can deliver over 1,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA combined, more than enough to meet your weekly omega-3 needs in a single meal. These fatty acids do more than nourish, they actively defend. DHA protects the fragile membranes of neurons in aging brains, supporting synaptic integrity and improving signal transmission across the cortex. Meanwhile, EPA reduces the production of inflammatory molecules, like cytokines and prostaglandins, which are often elevated in older adults with stiff arteries, high blood pressure, or low-grade chronic inflammation. Inflammation, especially in blood vessels, is a known risk factor for both atherosclerosis and vascular dementia. According to a 2022 report from the Journal of Clinical Lipidology, seniors who consumed high EPA fish at least twice per week had a 25% lower risk of developing hypertension and were less likely to show early signs of cognitive impairment. Mackerel also boasts a surprisingly high level of vitamin D, a nutrient many older adults are deficient in, especially those who avoid sunlight. Vitamin D plays a key role in immune balance, nerve conduction, and vascular flexibility. Together with omega-3 seconds, it supports stable blood pressure, healthy cholesterol ratios, and reduced arterial stiffness, all critical for preserving memory and heart resilience after 60. However, not all mackerel is created equal. Atlantic mackerel is the preferred choice for seniors. It's lower in mercury and heavy metals compared to king mackerel, which should be avoided or limited due to contamination risks. When shopping, look for canned Atlantic mackerel in water or olive oil, or buy it fresh if available. 2 servings per week, about 3 to 4 ounces per meal, can deliver the brain-boosting, vessel-calming benefits without straining the kidneys or adding too much dietary fat. Because of its richness, mackerel is best paired with light, acidic flavors to balance the taste. A squeeze of lemon, a sprinkle of ground black pepper, or even a side of chopped parsley and white rice can turn this strong-tasting fish into a satisfying, heart-smart dish. Unlike fish high in saturated fat or fried in seed oils, mackerel nourishes your brain without taxing your system. It doesn't just fight inflammation, it feeds your focus, steadies your circulation, and gives your body what it needs to repair, not just survive. Up next, we'll explore a fish that often flies under the radar, yet quietly delivers one of the best nutrient combinations for reducing triglycerides and clearing the mental fog that comes with aging. Stay with me. It may not be the flashiest fish at the market, but herring carries a nutritional punch far beyond its modest appearance. Often enjoyed in European diets and traditional dishes, this small oily fish is gaining quiet attention in the world of preventive medicine, especially for aging adults who want to sharpen their memory and take pressure off their heart. Herring is incredibly rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA, the building block of neuronal membranes. But what makes it especially valuable for seniors is the balance it strikes between brain and heart benefits. Each serving delivers a generous dose of vitamin B12, vitamin D, and selenium, a trio that supports neurotransmitter function, reduces oxidative stress in the brain, and enhances immune regulation in the bloodstream. Vitamin B12 plays a direct role in preventing the shrinkage of brain tissue. Low levels of B12 in older adults have been strongly associated with cognitive decline and memory lapses. A 2023 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with higher dietary intake of B12 and DHA had 32% better performance in memory recall tasks and significantly lower levels of homocysteine, a compound that damages arteries and increases the risk of heart disease. Herring's omega-3 content is also particularly effective at lowering triglycerides, the type of fat that often builds up silently in the blood, thickening it and putting strain on the heart. Elevated triglycerides are one of the most common markers of metabolic syndrome, and they're especially dangerous in adults over 60. When left unchecked, they can fuel systemic inflammation, leading to both plaque buildup and impaired oxygen delivery to the brain. Unlike larger predatory fish, herring is low in mercury and safe for frequent consumption. This makes it an ideal choice for older adults who want the benefits of oily fish without the toxic metal burden. A typical 3-ounce serving of herring contains over 1,500 milligrams of omega-3 seconds, more than enough to meet daily targets for heart and brain support. For best results, 2 servings per week is a good rhythm to follow. Herring can be found smoked, pickled, canned, or fresh. If the flavor is too intense, try gently pan-searing it with garlic, lemon zest, and olive oil, or flaking it into a warm vegetable salad with mustard vinaigrette. The tangy and herbal notes help balance the richness while preserving its nutrients. Herring may not make headlines, but its impact is undeniable. It rebuilds what time tries to wear down: nerve signaling, vascular integrity, and metabolic balance. For those in their 60 seconds and beyond, it's not just about protecting what you have left. It's about giving your brain and heart a chance to thrive. Next, we'll look at a small but mighty fish that offers one more gift: the power to support not just your brain and arteries, but your bones as well. Don't overlook this final one. It might surprise you. They may be small, but sardines are among the most nutrient-dense foods on Earth, especially for older adults who want to nourish their brain, protect their heart, and preserve their bone strength all at once. These silvery little fish are often tucked away in tins, yet they deliver one of the most complete nutritional profiles for healthy aging, without the drawbacks of larger, mercury-laden fish. At the center of sardines' power is their extremely high omega-3 content. Just one 3.5-ounce serving provides nearly 2,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA, making them one of the richest sources available. These fatty acids play a critical role in maintaining the flexibility of arteries, supporting heartbeat regularity, and shielding brain cells from oxidative stress, the silent force behind age-related memory loss and cognitive fatigue. But sardines don't stop at heart and brain health. Because they're typically canned with bones intact, they offer a rare combination of calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D in a highly bioavailable form. This trio is vital for maintaining bone density, especially in seniors at risk of osteoporosis. What's more, vitamin D acts as a gatekeeper in the brain. It helps regulate immune responses in neural tissue and supports the expression of enzymes that protect neurons from degeneration. A comprehensive review in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging in 2022 found that older adults with regular intake of small, oily fish like sardines had a 29% lower risk of cognitive decline over 5 years, along with stronger cardiovascular markers and greater bone mineral density. The combination of omega-3 seconds and bone-supportive minerals creates a kind of nutritional shield, reinforcing your most vital systems from the inside out. Sardines are also low in mercury and other environmental toxins due to their small size and short life cycle. This makes them exceptionally safe for regular consumption, even for those managing kidney sensitivity, muscle loss, or vision issues. 2 to 3 servings per week is a practical, effective target. Look for sardines packed in olive oil or water, without added salt or artificial flavorings. If you're new to their flavor, try mashing them into avocado on whole grain toast with lemon juice and black pepper. Or flake them over pasta with cherry tomatoes, garlic, and a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Their rich, savory taste blends surprisingly well when paired with bright, acidic ingredients. Sardines may not carry the glamour of salmon or the boldness of mackerel, but they offer something just as important: quiet, steady protection. They work in the background, keeping your arteries elastic, your memory sharp, and your skeleton strong. But even the most powerful foods only work if you use them consistently and in harmony with each other. I'll guide you through a simple weekly plan that brings all 4 fish together into a brain and heart smart routine, easy enough to follow for life. By now, you've met 4 of the most powerful allies for your brain and your heart, each one offering something unique, yet all working toward the same goal: to help you age with strength, with clarity, and with confidence. But here's the truth: knowing is only the first step. Healing begins when knowledge turns into habit. If you're over 60, your brain and heart are not just battling time, they're navigating decades of stress, inflammation, changing hormones, and nutrient gaps that most diets have failed to address. The good news is it's never too late to shift the tide. The vessels that feed your memory can repair. The electrical signals that keep your heart steady can stabilize. The mental fog that once felt permanent can begin to lift. You don't need to do it all at once. You don't need to memorize every label at the store. What you need is rhythm. A weekly flow that gently feeds your body the tools it needs to restore balance from within. Here's a simple place to start. Choose 2 meals a week, with salmon roasted, grilled, or even baked in foil with garlic and lemon. Add 1 serving of mackerel rich and bold, perfect alongside a side salad with vinegar. Include 1 to 2 servings of herring, perhaps pan-seared or gently flaked into a warm potato dish. And don't forget your sardines as a midday snack, a protein-packed topping for toast, or a quiet ingredient in your pasta. 4 types of fish, 1 week, a new beginning. The beauty of this plan is not just in its nutrition, it's in its simplicity. It doesn't require supplements, subscriptions, or complicated tracking apps. It only asks you to remember that your brain and your heart are still listening, and they respond quickly when you feed them right. If you've felt tired lately, if your blood pressure has crept up, if you've noticed lapses in memory or a pulse that no longer feels steady, this is your invitation. Not to fear what's next, but to take action, gently and consistently, starting now. Healing isn't dramatic. It's not overnight. It's quiet. It's in the small decisions, like what's on your plate, what you choose at the market, and whether you believe that 60 is a slowing down, or a chance to start feeding the body you want to keep strong for years to come. If this video spoke to you, if you found a spark of hope or a piece of wisdom worth sharing, please tap the like button. Share it with someone who might need this nudge. And if you'd like more guidance tailored for seniors who still want to feel sharp, steady, and in control of their health, consider subscribing. Every week, we'll walk this journey together, 1 step at a time. Because you're not finished growing, you're just getting started.